Today we're talking with Peter Chong, who's the National Director of the Australia-China Business Council. So welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Michael. In terms of helping Australian companies in China, what we find is that a lot of our members are, big companies. They are also SMEs as well, and a lot of them they do have experience working in China. Most of the kind of help they do request us to, in terms of what we can value add is in terms of opening doors for them in China. For instance, in terms of opening doors to some of the more important agencies or ministries in China.
Peter, you mentioned that companies are looking for assistance in China. Can you just elaborate on the sorts of help that you can give to companies who are wanting to operate there?
Well, a lot of the companies, when you go to China, I think the thing is, they want to know how to be guided, so to speak, in terms of knowing what the relevant agencies or ministries that they should approach. Because in China, getting the support of the government, whether at the central level or the provincial level, is very important. And I think ACBC can help because we do have an office in China. We have ACBC Vice President who's actually stationed in China. And we do help in terms of directing companies on the best route to take, for instance, in terms of getting the right doors open.
Can that also be used to put companies in contact with opposite numbers there in terms of other businesses in China, Chinese business people?
Yes, I would say our networks in China, through our Vice President there, his name is Paul Glassy, is probably one of the best, really. We have a network that really reached out to, the top government officials and top agencies, for instance, the National Development Reform Commission.
But also private companies?
Yes, of course, yes, that as well. We can help to open the doors, but it really depends, of course, on what the interests of the Australian companies are.
So if a company, say an Australian company, comes to you and they're relatively small, say, a small business, they've had no experience in the Chinese market, but they're keen to get into that market, the council can certainly...
Yeah, we can provide some support. We can provide some support, but I would have to say that the support will be very, very general in a sense, because we don't provide a very detailed kind of a matchmaking facility.
Right.
That I think Australia could provide that, but in terms of finding suppliers or sourcing suppliers in China. The council doesn't really provide a kind of assistance in that area. What we could do is direct companies to the relevant, sources or the relevant agencies to get such information.
And I guess there's opportunities for networking amongst members of the council. So members or new members could talk to existing companies,
that's right,
for example.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that's come through in a lot of discussion is that the Chinese consumer, not just in wine but in other areas, is becoming very sophisticated.
Yeah.
So they're looking for quality products. It's not a matter of...
And they're prepared to pay a premium, really, for those products,
Yeah, as you say, it's a large market and there's a lot of spending power and it's growing.
Yeah, that's right. The middle class in China now, the figures could be anywhere, from 350 to 400 million now, and that's about the size of just about the size of the United States. Yeah, so it's a huge market. Yeah.
Well, Peter, thank you very much for talking with us this afternoon.
Well, thank you, Michael. We're very happy to work together in business.